Welcome to another lesson on interior design fundamentals. My name is Valerie. I'm the owner and lead designer of Viola House. And in this class, we'll be focusing on the key step of your entire project, the design proposal. Whether you're pitching a residential renovation or a large commercial fit out, your proposal isn't just about pricing. It is part of it, and it is very important, but also the proposal is a communication tool, and it includes information that your client probably sees for the first time. You should include things like your process, deliverables, timelines, and all of the relevant information for the client to be comfortable and confident to say yes. In this lesson, I'll walk you through a fully editable design proposal template that you can use in your own practice. And we'll cover how to structure it and how to use it as a working document throughout the whole project. And of course, you can download a free Rayon template in the description below and follow along or start building your own. Let's jump in. The intent of the design proposal is to ensure that your clients know what to expect. And it's one of the first documents that they receive from you, so you need to very clearly communicate what is about to happen, when it's about to happen. So you need to include your design phases, your fees, any kind of information, and your policies that you want them to be aware of, the project objective, the deliverables that they will see, and of course, your rates as well. So it really sets the professional tone from the start if you do it properly, and could be a deal breaker if you don't, unfortunately. And of course, a professional proposal should answer pretty much all the questions the clients might have about the process, but it will also protect you. In a way, it's not a contract, but you can use it as a working document, so you can reference back to the timeline, to the deliverables, to the policies that you have outlined. I look back at my proposals quite frequently during the project to make sure that everything is aligned. So it's not just helpful to the clients to understand the scope of project, it's helpful for you as well to reference back and see where you're at and what still needs to be completed. No project is the same. And as I said, each proposal will be a little bit different from one to another, but it's great to have a template that you can easily customize and you can do it quickly based on the project needs. For example, here I'll show you the template that we made for you. You can add your own logo here. You can add your client information, services that you offer. On the second page, you can outline the service that the clients are interested in. You can swap out the images as well to make sure that they are aligned with the project and the client can feel that you know exactly what they're going for. So you can customize the timeline as well based on the service that they offer, and you can actually create multiple pages in Rayon design, kind of showcasing that you have different service options, so you don't have to change it every single time. But in this instance, here's just a simple breakdown of the typical design process, which includes the discovery call, proposal, agreement and payment, questionnaire, design meeting, concept and sourcing, design presentations, revision, and procurement support. So as you can see, it kind of outlines each step with the timeline and gives you an estimated overall timeline as well. So you can definitely change this up. This is just a text section, so you can adjust it however you want. You can change the dates, content here as well, and based on the project that you're doing, whether it's residential or commercial, you might have different timeline and different items in your process as well. So you can reflect that here. And of course, you can adjust the deliverables as well. So for the virtual design service, for example, we would deliver mood boards, custom floor plans, shopping lists with clickable links, color palettes, elevation sketches, styling tips and visualizations, revisions, and optional procurement. And you can change the images here as well if you think that they are not going to match the vibe of the project that you are working on. Let's just swap them out to something a little bit more classic, for example. And you can change the drawing here as well to make sure it's relevant to what you are doing. So in this instance, this is the virtual design service example, but I would do another option. So we could select all the pages here, copy and paste them, I would just do it at the bottom. And you can just say full service design. And create the separate template for the full service design with different timelines, obviously different deliverables, with the project objectives, so it's easier for you to copy and paste it and edit it whenever you need them. Design fees can be sometimes hard to explain depending on what model you are using, so you need to make sure that in the design proposal you have a very clear understanding and clear representation of what you're going to charge the client. Whether you're charging hourly or fixed or hybrid model, it's completely up to you, but you need to make sure that it's itemized and it's very clear with numbers. If you do an hourly, make sure you have an hourly range, so you're just not pulling numbers out of the thin air, and the clients can reference back to it as well. And you can plan for the future too. And of course, I like to have a little note here at the bottom that all fees include outline deliverables, communication time, and revisions. Optional services such as procurement support are quoted separately. This is not a contract, but it's another reminder for the clients that anything beyond this proposal, anything beyond the scope of work that's been outlined here is going to be out of scope and quoted separately. And of course, I would like to include what's next page that kind of clearly outlines what is expected, not just from us, but from the client as well. Because there are clear steps that they need to take in order for us to start the project and put it on our calendar. So in this case, you can review initial contract signature, and after payment is received, we're starting work. So everything is very clear and simple. I suggest not to overwhelm the clients with tons of text. It shouldn't be the whole page of text. Make it beautiful, make it pretty, and make sure that you have all the specific information in digestible parts so the clients are not feeling overwhelmed and they can read through this quickly, reference back to it whenever needed, and they know exactly what your expectations are. And of course, you can also include a little terms and conditions section. This is just a basic kind of outlines. This is not a contract per se. The contract is signed separately and it goes into very precise details of who is responsible for what definitions every stage has, and all kinds of different information. But for the proposal, just to outline what you are okay and not okay with, this is a good starting point. Once the proposal is approved, it becomes kind of your guide throughout the project, and it's a good idea to reference back to it quite frequently to make sure that you're aligned with everything that you promised to the client. And if you have any kind of a difficult situation, it's great to reference back to it during client meetings as well to kind of ground the situation, to say, hey, this is what we agreed on, this is what's in our scope, this was our budget, this was our scope of work. And of course, because you're using Rayon design, you can easily create a link for the clients for the proposal. So you can just click here into preview and it's going to generate the presentation. So as you can see right here, we created just the proposal section, and you can publish it from here and create a link and enter this link into your client portal or in the email, just to make sure that you always have access to this document and the clients have it as well. So you can reference back to it whenever you need to. And that's honestly the best way to do it. If you have any questions or you need a little bit more guidance, you can now book a one-on-one demo with Rayon team in the description below. That wraps up our design proposal template. As you can see, it's not just about getting the project, it's about setting up every phase for success. By customizing the template to reflect your services, process, visual style, you can set the tone from day one on what the clients need to expect from working with you.